Hello there and welcome back to some more Overflow. What is this? This is a game made for Ludum 42, which is a game competition or like a game jam where people make games in 3 days or less. And the theme of this one is the ground is running out, or like you're running out of floor. Basically things like lava rises and stuff in video games is essentially the idea. This is post commentary because I recorded the whole thing and my mic wasn't recording, so I'm just going to play through the whole game here. It's not a very long game. It's only got like 11 levels. We're beginning straight away onto level 1. So we have this green guy here. His special ability is that he can wall jump. I go back and read these texts. Test subject A, length 2.3 meters, mass 74 kilograms, personality snarky, special ability wall jumping. So this guy can wall jump. Wall jumping, in my opinion, is the least good part of this game. The game is fairly good, but wall jumping in this game feels kind of loose. It takes a second to grab onto the walls, and also it's not particularly responsive when you do. I didn't have any trouble where I pressed the button and it didn't do anything, but there, for example, I cling the left wall, but I don't really cling onto it straight away like I expect from Meat Boy or something of that ilk. It takes a second for the game to realise that's what I want to do. But the levels are fairly easy, so it's no big deal. A lot of people are having trouble getting through this wall climb in level 3. I didn't find it particularly taxing. You just have to jump a little bit earlier than you think, otherwise you clip the right hand spike. The game has a difficult curve. It's not that difficult. I think if you've ever played like Meat Boy or anything like that, you're not going to struggle very much with this game. There I jumped too early off of the left hand wall. You do get a bit of height like that. There you go. To get this rubber ducky, what you need to do is just barely get on the platform with the button, which is easier said than done because the button's hitbox is quite big. And then jump to the ducky and then change the polarity of the world so that you can go on those other blocks. It takes me about 4 or 5 different attempts to get this. You see here I tried, but I clipped the button and then I can't get the ducky. I thought maybe I could get off the left hand wall of the first platform and jump onto the ducky platform, but it didn't seem to really work as well as I'd hoped. I die a few times. I think I die like less than 50 times throughout the whole game, but it's something like 48. So for a 12-minute odd game, I do die quite a lot. But as you can see here, I touch the button again. I tried to like jump off the wall. It doesn't work. Don't bother trying to do it. It's no good. I died. This is probably the level I died on the most in the whole game. That jump there is deceptively hard. At least 2 people I've seen in the comments have struggled with that jump. Here I'm trying to get on the button like that. There you go. I get the duck, hit the button, just barely go in the poison. It doesn't kill you straight away, the toxic waste. It just kills you if you're fully submerged. Now this guy is my favourite character. Test subject B, length 2.2 meters, mass 71 kilograms, personality aggressive, special ability vertical dash. Basically, if you press jump again in the air, you do a dash. My brain didn't really work very well, and I didn't think to just jump once and get the switches to change place. But here it worked fine. When I'm jumping is when the switches are changing polarity, by the way. Nothing else, it's just based on me. The yellow ones are switch activated, and there are different ones as well, which are blue, which are time based, and nothing else. Now this level is good from a game design perspective because it incentivizes you to get the duck to make things easier. If you don't get the duck, which is the optional like reward system in this game, it's actually harder. So it's a good idea to get that duck. And the levels, backgrounds and art look really nice, don't they? Especially for a game that was made in like 3 days. There's some like polishing things, like you could make the toxic sludge in the background move. Maybe have like 2 or 3 frames of animation. That would be cool. But again, this was made in like 3 days. So all the grievances I have are very nitpicky, but I'm a nitpicky person. I like to poke holes in little things because they frustrate me. It doesn't mean that things are bad. It just means that I'm hard to please. The problem's with me, not the game. Now these are Orbitrons. I guess they're like the Goombas of this game. They remind me more of a mix between a Fuzzy from Mario World and also like a Boo that go up and down. This level I have a problem with it from a design perspective because of the button. The point is that you're supposed to get the birds as like a secret reward, as what you're trying to get, which is collectible. But this button makes it so that if you get it, you can't get the ducky, and that's annoying to me. I feel like if there was a second button where you could switch the blocks back again, that'd be fine. But the fact you only get one chance is kind of like a Kaizo-y thing to do. It's like having a P-switch in a level and it's in your way, but it's not even like that because the P-switch you can just hold. This is a P-switch where if you touch it, it happens. And it's irreversible as well, whereas a P-switch would run out eventually. But it's a very minor thing. I'm playing with Wall Climbing Magoo again. If his wall jumps were a bit tighter, like Meat Boy, I think I'd enjoy it a lot more. Now this guy also has a problem. He's like Tails. He can float. Test object C, length 2.4 meters, mass 39 kilometers. Kilometers, I keep saying that. Personality lazy. Special ability is float. He can float. I keep saying kilometers when I mean kilograms. Very different thing. You can't measure weight in length. That doesn't work. Yeah, this guy floats like Tails. My problem with this guy is that the float doesn't have a clear indicator of when it runs out. There should be a meter or something to let you know. Or maybe an animation change where his ears start to flap and you can see he's getting tired. Or something like that. Maybe a sprite change. But these blue blocks are the ones that are running out based on time. You get ducks. They're the good stuff. This level's... I died a lot on this level too. The idea, I think, which is what I was struggling to do, whereas you get on this platform, you get on that platform, you get the duck and lands back on the same platform again. And that makes life a lot easier. So all the attempts until that, it didn't work. Every attempt up to that point just doesn't work. You see, like, it's in the way. The platform is now in the way. You could also technically maybe get on that platform that's rotating from left to right or moving from left to right as it's going really close to the left and jump up to the right onto that platform, which I never tried to do. To be honest, once I'd got it in my head that this was the way I needed to do it, I just did it over and over and over and over again. But yeah, the floating mechanic is a good mechanic, but it doesn't feel necessarily very good to use, in my opinion. It's just a bit too... It kind of feels a bit loose, you know what I mean? Like, like sticking your finger in a blancmange. It's just a bit... It doesn't really have any sort of like gravity to it, or... it doesn't feel natural, particularly. The fact you can also stop and start it like that makes it feel less natural as well. Although it is helpful for the player to be able to do that. And I do exploit it. Like that time, see, the time I got back on the same platform again, it went great. There's only 13 levels in the game, so we're nearly the end already. This guy is my favourite character, like I said. I feel like I'm the most in control of Red Boy, because his ability is based purely when I press the jump button and nothing else. Now, I clearly don't get that duck, but the game says I did get the duck. So, who am I to believe? Because when it says I got 13 out of 13 ducks, I was like, wait, hang on, I didn't get that one. Maybe the game felt pity on me. I was complaining last time in livecom about a level select. I wanted to pause the game and go back to the level I just played to get the ducky, but the game doesn't let you. So a level select would be really nice as a thing to add to the next version or whatever. If work indeed is continued on this, because I think it has potential to be a really good game. There are far too many 2D platformers in the world, but not too many 2D platformers with good controls, unique abilities, and collectibles, and like quite a high level of polish for something that was made in 3 days, although it doesn't necessarily do everything that I want. Test subject X, length 2.8 meters, mass 87 kilograms, personality, and special ability, who knows? I knew straight away this is the guy who has every ability. This guy's overpowered, because of course, but this would be like a final world sort of guy. Like the story, the 3 powers combined, the power of friendship or whatever else, he becomes Silver Boy and then you can do everything. The problem with this is that he's very, very strong to the point where you can just break levels like this. His little floaty bit, because when you float you get a tiny little bit of vertical momentum upwards, means that you can skip parts of the level that I don't think were intended to be skipped. This level, I do the wrong thing for quite a while, just ignore me. You're supposed to go up the sides, and I keep going up the middle like some kind of pleb. There we go, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hit the buttons, and then you're supposed to get the ducky and then leave. But it's not what I ended up doing. It's quite a good final level. It tests everything you've learnt up to this point, but not in a mean way. Not in like a mean-spirited, haha, you died, go back to the beginning level like some final levels are, where they're really long, but also really hard. the beauty of Super Meat Boy and games like this are the levels are short. So even if they're hard, you don't have a lot of replaying to do. I almost get out here, but the wall jumping delay, by which I mean he doesn't grab the wall straight away, or she, I don't know whether it's a boy or girl, doesn't grab the wall straight away, and so I keep sliding off the level when I don't want to. That was a hitbox thing. That's because I guess they don't want to get stuck in a block, so they just sort of, in a Sonic 1 kind of way, zip you out of the block. But yeah, it's good. I really do enjoy the game quite a lot. I just am a negative person, so I find the things that I don't like before the things that I do like. But I'll be fair, let's say about the things I do like. The music's good, it has a nice chiptune-y sort of style. I like the design of the character itself. It is very cute. Some people have already said they want plushies of these guys, which is fine. I like the silver one the best. And red guy, because red's also my favourite colour. And there we go, once we're done, we're done. That's the end of the game. So, this is the end, it's a credit scene. I got 13 out of 13 even though I didn't. I only got 12 out of 13. 46 fails. Right. But yeah, I'd recommend you guys check it out, play for yourself, form your own opinions, don't just listen to me. The link is in the description below. Thanks to Team Flow to get this game out for me and everyone else to play. I enjoyed it quite a lot. Look forward to what you guys do in the future. See you then. Bye-bye.